lights and caroling signal the return of the Christmas ships, a Northwest tradition.
Wow.
Crafted with care, the Gingerbread Village is a sight to behold. Just don't take a bite. And Winterfest hits its stride. See what it takes to create this holiday wonderland. These stories and more coming up next on CityStream. Hello, I'm Nicole Sanchez, and welcome to this special holiday edition of CityStream, coming to you from Winterfest at the Seattle Center Armory. This festival appeals to all ages, from a train village to an ice rink, ice sculpting to choirs and bands. Winterfest is packed with holiday fun. Twinkling lights are a sure sign of the holiday season, and when that glow comes from the water, it might mean the Christmas ships are nearby. This floating festival has been a Seattle area tradition since 1949, spreading holiday cheer to close to 65 waterfront communities.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
From the moment you step onto the Argosy Christmas ship, you can't help but catch the holiday spirit.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's our first time.
It's been awesome. Are you having fun? Yeah.
The ship itself is decked out in lights and lots of holiday decor, getting everyone into a festive mood.
Dolls that will talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jan.
Oh, we're psyched. It's very festive.
It's really decorated.
The boat is fabulously festive. It's the carolers are dressed up wonderfully.
We need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry.
But Santa dear, we're in a hurry.
The Dickens carolers not only look authentic, they sound great too.
Turn on the brightest string of lights I've ever seen.
The carolers are pretty amazing.
It's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough.
There is something here for everyone to enjoy, no matter your age.
2 months.
I love it. We did it during the daytime, but I love it at night. So much action.
Many of the cruises include a special VIP guest, Santa, who helps the kids get inspired with a ho 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 contest.
Ho, ho, ho! A great fun time for the little kids and the bigger kids too.
The Argosy Cruises Christmas Ship Festival stops at dozens of waterfront communities, including Seattle, Tacoma, Renton, Kirkland, and more.
We get to go to a lot more places. We get to spread all this Christmas joy. It's really fun.
Folks can buy tickets to sail on the Spirit of Seattle, which is the official Christmas ship, or they can ride in one of the follow boats. Local boat owners also join in, lighting up their vessels, creating a parade of shimmering lights on the water.
We're very impressed with all these little boats that have come out despite the weather.
Each night of the festival, the ships cruise to different locations where crowds of people gather on shore, like here at Jean Coulon Memorial Beach Park, where the clam lights are stunning, or here at Newcastle Beach Park in Bellevue.
It's a really nice concert. The carolers are always so good, and the ships are really pretty.
And some evenings they have special events on shore, like bonfires, to help you stay warm on our damp, chilly nights.
While fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains.
But no matter where you experience the Christmas Ship Festival, it's sure to help you get into the holiday spirit, something many people say they need, especially this year.
Oh, definitely. You can never have too much Christmas spirit, especially with all the conflict in the world. It's just nice to bring joy to people.
It's great to see people having a good time with people they don't even know. you know, we need a lot more of this.
It's a perfect way to end a year. A portion of the ticket sales goes to the Seattle Times Fund for the Needy, which helps to raise money for several local charities. And you can learn more about the Christmas Ship Festival by going to argosy-cruises.com. Next on CityStream, we'll tour this enchanted land made from the sweetest ingredients and a little holiday magic. This time of year, as visions of sugar plums dance in our heads, our stomachs make room for delicious treats like candy canes, sugar cookies, chocolate truffles, and peppermint bark. All of this comes together as one at the Sheraton Hotel's Gingerbread Village. Seattle's top architecture firms join with hotel culinary staff to turn all this goodness into elaborate designs. All of this benefits the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
1, 2, 3. Open Gingerbread Village.
So this is the Sheraton Grand Seattle, and this is the Gingerbread Village. This year's theme is inspired by The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's a Whoville themed. And it actually, as you go through the room here, it actually has the scenes from different sections of the film. And some of them are throwbacks to the old ones, some are the ones from the Jim Carrey movie, and some of them are from the new one. As you can see, that her head is quite big. There's 60 pounds of sugar up there. There's a lot of pulled sugar that was done just to make sure these things happen. So.
All kinds of candy. There's some gingerbread dough, there's royal icing, there's also some sugar that's on it. The tree is actually made of pulled sugar. The Grinch is made out of fondant. There's some M&Ms, 90% edible, but you don't want to eat it because a lot of hands have been on it.
All of our guests at the Sheraton Grand come to see the Gingerbread Village and leave a donation for JDRF.
I have a penny.
A penny?
You're not very generous.
A penny?
It's shiny new.
This is to help drive knowledge for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It is free to the public, but you can donate. We have our leadership team, all of our culinarians partnered with architecture firms here in Seattle.
And this particular one is MG2, and our elf this year is Natalie, and she's amazing.
And there's actually an elf assigned to each structure that help. And this one actually, it was Olive and her family, and they actually come in and say, well, what about this, or this one can go there, and they did a lot. They actually did all of these circles on here with my son and daughter, and we do a lot of hard work. We even use local sugar artists. We actually used a company called Quincy Cakes that did these. We have Chef Jolene Anderson right here. She's got a tattoo of sugar on her arm. We have our executive sous chef, Chef David Mestel. He loves the Seahawks and fishing, so there's him. We have Chef Jay Sardison over here. He has his little bunny. And then we have Lee Baldiga with his daughter's name Hope on his hat. He's inventorying the Whoville kitchen, and then me down there at the very bottom in the Who kitchen. And there's little secrets hidden in different ones, like a nod to Doctor Who, and one of them.
We have Natalie's dog waffles.
I personally love when I'm not in my uniform and I come out and I hear people, because that's when you see like honest feedback. There's a lot of wow.
Wow. I like the presents. So cool.
Look at all that stuff they're moving.
Wow, that's big. Wow, that's cool. Look at that, how that one moves.
That's insane.
Oh, we figure over 8,000 man hours to build all these. So it's every waking hour after our normal job. So you know it's got to be something to us.
The Gingerbread Village at the Sheraton Hotel runs through January 1st. Admission is free, but there is a suggested $5 donation to help raise money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. You can learn more by going to gingerbreadvillage.org. It's the hub of all things festive, but making Winterfest happen is no easy task. We'll show you as CityStream continues. As you can see, Winterfest is in full swing. The popular train and village are always a crowd pleaser. The ice rink is filled with skaters, and dozens of choirs, bands, and orchestras will take their turn on the main stage. It's all humming along nicely, but as you can imagine, it's a huge production. Producer Randy Ng gives us a behind-the-scenes look.
So now is the time of year at Seattle Center for Winterfest, where you'll find Winterfest Ice Rink and Winter Train and Village. We are in front of the Winter Train and Village, and this has been part of Seattle Center Winterfest since 1975. The train set was built by 3 Boeing engineers using airplane motors in the 1950s. And then they actually started building the buildings that you see here to depict an 1800s village. They displayed it at the Northgate Mall up until the 1962 World's Fair. And then it got put away, and then it came out again in the 1970s and came to Seattle Center. And then over the years, we've added buildings. The most striking building that we've added is way at the back, and that's a replica of King Street Station. We have actually a group of people that come in November every year and put this together. We store all of the different elements of Winter Train and Village, and then they need to take them all out. They put together the platform that you see that's about 40 feet long it sits on, and then they start to bring all the buildings out of storage and place them, all the ponds and the white snow made out of cotton and the trees and all the people that you see, the little figurines inside Winter Train and Village.
The gauge is called G gauge. This is the largest size of model train that you cannot ride, sit on and ride. There are larger scales, but this is the largest scale that is just remotely operated. These have been adapted to where you don't need track power, and they carry batteries. I enjoy working with the youngsters. I'm starting to get repeat customers, adults who now bring their kids and say, your grandpa, your grandma brought me down. Now I'm a parent and I'm now get to bring you down to run a train. I get enjoyment of just setting a train on a track and watching it go around and mesmerizing you, if you want to call it that.
What is new this year is we are offering a scavenger hunt. There are lots of little figurines, lots of activities going on in Winter Train and Village. If they answer 5 questions correctly, they could enter to win a prize. And the prize is 4 free passes to Winterfest Ice Rink.
Winterfest ice rink has been around for decades, and it's one of our signature sort of parts of Winterfest. It's 4,500 square feet of ice. Over 8,400 gallons of water go into making it every year. It takes about 2.5 weeks to construct from beginning to end. And then 1 full week of that is the slow, arduous process of just making the ice. There is a sort of a rubber layer first, which, you know, is sort of like a container for water, like a pond, you can imagine. And then over top of that are coils of tubing, of which this product called glycerol goes through, which is the freezing agent. You have to sort of do it 100% right, because if there is a mistake, which you discover after you've made the ice, to go back and fix that is ridiculously hard. It does take about, I would say, 5 days. 5 days of throwing water on that thing. It's spraying a layer of water, letting it freeze, spraying another layer of water and letting it freeze. If it's only partially freezes before you keep adding water, then you get sort of a soft, yucky sort of quality of ice. We really want something that's nice and hard and durable. The Fisher Pavilion here, which hosts the ice rink, has these roll-up doors which go out on the outside, and there's often days in which it is cold outside where we purposefully roll the doors up to sort of let some of that cold air in and keep it sort of at a good temperature inside here. A lot of work and effort goes into it. I mean, especially here in Seattle, in which our temperatures don't normally drop that cold. So in another part of the country in which you could have an outdoor ice rink where nature is doing a lot of the work for you, it's cold out there. Here in Seattle, we don't necessarily have that condition, so we really have to artificially pump in that cold to maintain the ice over time.
Winterfest runs through New Year's Eve at the Seattle Center, but the ice rink stays open through January 6th. For more information on all the festivities going on here, just go to seattlecenter.com/winterfest. Speaking of ice, this next story gives me the chills just thinking about it. It's certainly one way to ring in the new year. Seattle Channel photographers give us an up-close look at the polar bear plunge. From the polar bear plunge to pounding rice, CityStream returns with an ancient tradition believed to bring good fortune.
Good.
FAS Cup, where first place gets the cup and second place is the first loser.
It builds morale, no question. But look, camaraderie, a little competition, perfect.
Warehouse, get it. Warehouse, get it. Camera. Hold on.
Our special holiday edition of CityStream returns from Winterfest at the Seattle Center. You know, as the new year approaches, friends and family gather for the centuries-old tradition of pounding rice. The end result is a soft cake known as Mochi. It's said to bring good luck. Producers Shannon G. and Ian DeVere take a look.
This is a very traditional Japanese, so to speak, festival. Always New Year's we celebrated with Mochi, which is a rice cake, and as a traditional, very authentic way to pound the mochi.
The mochi you have to pound to make able to eatable. That's why you're pounding.
But also to show our younger generations.
Oh, I just wanted to show my kids what mochi suki was. My mom remembers a time when her grandparents would pound, and she would tell me about it. So I really wanted to see the boys. I wanted the boys to see the pounding.
I'm born at the countryside, so we used to make hundreds of mochi and give it to neighbor, and make the flat ones, make the hard, and you cut up to make some sort of cracker type, and you can eat all year round. So that's a food supply too for all years.
Now, of course, we use a lot of machine to make mochi.
So we steam the rice in here, and then once the steaming is done, we just push pound, and then it'll start mixing and pulverizing the rice so it's very sticky and it gets smooth.
It's gooey.
Sticky right now. This is going to be a huge one, just so I can show.
Can I break right in now?
And you pinch a little bit of it and you squeeze it together. And then the other side of it will be a lot smoother. And beside your bottom. So you want to pinch your bottom so you can smooth out the top. So it's like a mushroom. You see how you poke it up and it's like becomes a mushroom at the top? That's what you want. And when you get it to the texture that you like, put some flour in your hand and smooth it out. And that is your mochi.
Many ways to eat.
Mochi by itself, you know, doesn't have much taste themselves. That's why you put so many different things, just like potato.
Daikon, which is a white radish, soy sauce, seaweed too. We wrap in the seaweed and then we eat. What else we eat?
Red beans.
Yeah, fried beans.
Sweet bean paste and make it kind of like a soup and then put it in.
Inside of mochi or outside of mochi.
Fermented beans.
Then another one is yellow powdered beans.
This one is abekawa, like soybean powder and sugar.
It's we're just frying it in butter, and then getting a nice brown on both sides, and just finish it off with sugar and soy sauce. I don't know. I've had it since I was a kid, but and a lot of people here have never tried it. So.
Oh, that's a new one that I didn't know. Yeah.
It's okay. And I think that young people like that too.
Good.
So it's a very symbolic thing.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a good luck. Mochi is supposed to be good luck.
And then also they celebrate. If you eat the mochi, that means that you live longer.
That wraps up this holiday edition of CityStream. If you'd like to learn more about any of the Winterfest activities, just go to seattlecenter.com/Winterfest. And from our family at the Seattle Channel to yours, have a safe and joyous holiday. We leave you now with the Timber Ridge Elementary School Choir. I'm Nicole Sanchez. Thanks for watching. To learn more about CityStream and the Seattle Channel, find us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also watch us on our Comcast HD channel 321 and on Wave Cable channel 721.
Hey!